Gardner Minshew and the Jacksonville Jaguars, taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Texans, they've certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And it's simple. The more you win in the regular season, the more likely you play at home in the postseason, and that can take you deep into January.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Out come the Jaguars, and it's Gardner Minshew, their second-year quarterback, leading the way.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Throwing on first down is Minshew. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
Brings up
ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there.
Brought down behind the line of...
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Watson to give. This is Johnson. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
The ball carrier.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh? Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Yards to go.
Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Brian Anger.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. First carry now for Thompson. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So that one will be accepted. After the penalty, it's Fournette. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago.
Tackled at the 46-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
That's good.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
And they'll run with a man signed away from Washington. It's Chris Thompson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
At the 15-yard line.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11th. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. They put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points. Able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. From the gun, here's Watson. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
10 yards on the pickup.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches.
6-yard line.
Watson off play action. Going deep here for Stills. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
3 on the play.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you, it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll bring up 2nd down. They'll run it with Johnson. Working his way for a gain of 7 to the 26.
Johnson, the Houston ball carrier.
Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
3rd down.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Watson. And that will be incomplete.
intended for Will Fuller.
No problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Ties the game at 3-3.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. DJ Chark, first-time Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. And it's third down. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble.
Deshaun Watson sacked.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Texans with great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Leon Jacobs brought him
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 25. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Taken down at the 19.
2nd quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
And it's 3rd down.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans.
Jaguars 3.
So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. I like what I'm seeing from them. Both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Here again comes Gardner Minshew. He has not had the game that he envisioned. His team has not had the game that they've envisioned here. So how do they turn this around now?
Well, right now, what he's looking forward to doing is finding a way to get the added weight on his back. Is it like that monkey that Steve Young was talking about? Remember that in the Super Bowl?
Oh, the 95 Super Bowl.
Right, when they beat the Chargers. And, you know, he had that weight of expectations and past greats on his back. In this case, it's just bad play. Can he shake it off and then be able to play loose and free and help his team out?
See if he can do just that. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And goal to go.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. That one complete. He finds Shark. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They give him a dozen on the pitch and catch, but now they're up against a third and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it fourth down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
For the field goal, a 26-yard attempt.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime.
6-6.
Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And we focus on Duke Johnson now. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense, but you know what else is happening, too? Because
he's got a man, complete! The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Sliding out of the pocket. It's caught at the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Why are we doing this?
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
They were searching for the tight end, Darren Fells. But it'll be second and goal. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. Again, it's Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL here on this first day of November. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Colts who have the lead in the second quarter. The veteran, Phillip Rivers, with a couple of touchdown passes there. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. Stephon Diggs, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail the visiting Chicago Bears. David Montgomery with a touchdown run. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been as tight as we expected, all tied through one half of play. For the call of the second half, let's get it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Josh
All
Lamb.
even through one half of football as we get back underway in quarter number 3. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Houston set to take over. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. And he powers his way up past the 30. Tackled by the corner, C.J. Henderson.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And got his man complete. Give him 32 on the play.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it. Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. Gosh, when you've got Deshaun Watson, Charles, executing a run-pass option, that puts the defense in a tough spot, does it not?
It does, and what I liked is that you called me this week, watching your own video, your own tape, and you said, I think the runner's going to pop a few this week because of what we've seen from Deshaun Watson. His ability to get to the corner, that's where the focus will go.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down at will. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run?
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. David Johnson, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Texans have broken the tie. Well, they had their chances in the 1st half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
1st and 10 at their own 25.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Minshew, 1st and 10. He's got it complete to Thompson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
What a spin. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Texans use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often.
Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Again, it's Fournette. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad.
31. That's a gain of 8.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To Thompson on the screen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. A 2nd and 10 forthcoming here. 3rd quarter action from Jacksonville. Looking to throw it. Minshew throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 4th down, Minshew. And no, it's incomplete. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Josh Allen. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 42 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This to make it a 3-score game late. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
Texans 23, Jaguars 6.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
This will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Laviska Shenault, the intended target. That'll bring up second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. And the lead is now 24. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. On the slant, this is Chark. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
1st and 10.
Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That catch good for only a couple.
2nd and 8 at the 40-yard line.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's Minshew. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This is Shenault on the receiving end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. J.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. He may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 15.
So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Minshew going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll try and run down some clock with Johnson, and he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They go to Johnson again. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming.
And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Amazing, perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Vernon Hargraves with a pick. They put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more.
Kaimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25-yard
line.
Minshew sets to throw, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Intended for Tyler Eifert.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
25-yard line.
Now Minshew. That's to his running back, Leonard Fournette. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And Eifert has it. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete, as time has run out on this football game. So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Houston, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, it's loss number 5 for them on the year. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.